on my own, broken alone. I feel the rain crashing down all around this empty town. I'm searching for the lost and found, but you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air, like a blazing flare. Just stare, 'cause the flames won't burn us. Lord, you are the one for me.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm doing What If Deku Was the Reincarnation of Iron Man, Part 3. I know this has been a very long wait. I can't say that you guys have been requesting it a lot, it's just that it has been a very long wait and a very high anticipated video. So, I really do hope you guys do enjoy this one. And once again, Discord technically got to choose this one. It was a tie, and no one ever responded. So I just decided to choose this one. The next continuation I will be doing is What If Deku was Elsa, or had Elsa's powers. Because, believe it or not, Elsa is surprisingly overpowered. I mean, people don't give her enough credit. She was able to create a giant palace, a humongous snow golem. Just imagine how many snow golems she could create. She could create an entire army of snowmen. So, yeah, she's surprisingly overpowered. But I decided to go with this one. So, yeah. If you guys do enjoy this, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. And while you're at it, United States of smash the bell icon to be notified when I post a new video. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into this. So, one more thing. Discord link will be in the description. Make sure you guys go join it. So you guys could probably be the next person or people to decide what if I do next, or even decide what thumbnail I use for a what if I'm making. So yeah, let's go ahead and get right into this. So right after that incident, Deku has to go up to the principal and explain what happened. So Deku, gets up there, and Aizawa, every single UI teacher, including Nezu, is just sitting there with utter disappointment on their faces. Deku walks in and he sits down as he puts his glasses on, as Jarvis kind of possesses the goggles. He kind of takes over the glasses. And Nezu is like, you violated our terms of conduct. You said that you had no control over the droid's actions, and yet you seemed to have controlled the droids in not only attacking students, injuring, and critically injuring several students, but you also use those droids to attack our zero-pointer. Can you please explain your actions? Deku says, I did it because a girl was about to be crushed to death, and my boosters would not allow me to get there fast enough, and it was my only option, as there were no heroes nearby, to stop this. And also, in our terms of conduct, the zero-pointer did not have any controllable assets to it that could have prevented the girl's death. And Nezu says, that's the thing about being a hero, young Midoriya, is you can't control these kind of things. We need our students to know that isn't just a play job. Like you go out and arrest a bad dude. It's not that simple. Lives could be taken or risked. So this is what we need our students to know. So what if a girl dies? It will teach our students to be more careful. Then Deku says, then you have a life under your belt. You can't call yourself a hero if you're the one who took a life. You need to be the ones preventing lives being lost. And by someone dying under your controlled supervision, that would look really bad for hero society and could even spark rebellions. Yes, my sight droids can be used in those situations, but if I don't properly use my droids to save lives, then it will fall under the hands of people like you who don't care if one life is lost, if it means, ooh, our students can learn from it. No! Alive is alive. They're not guinea pigs. Lives are not guinea pigs. You should have had a hero ready, and maybe I wouldn't have done this. I only did what I found was necessary to save the life of a person who could contribute to society. For all you know, most of these people might drop out and become a villain. So that girl could have become the number one hero and reduced crime rates by 100%, but no, she would have been dead because you wouldn't have allowed me to save her. Either way, you didn't want me to save her. So I only did what I found was necessary to save the life of a civilian and soon-to-be hero. So what do you have to say to that? Principal Nezu just does not know what to say to that. Like, he has no clue what to say to that. And he's just, like, really confused on what the crap just happened there. And Deku walks out of his office and decides to go home. So Deku gets home and he's greeted by Inko. And Inko asks what happened, and Deku explained what happened. Inko understands what Deku did and says, even if you get suspended, it won't matter. You did the right thing, whether or not the heroes or fake heroes agree with you. Deku hugs his mom and goes to his room. As Inko knocks on the door, and Deku says, come in. And Inko says, I have a little present for you. 'Cause I got your mail and it says you got in. So, got a little present for you. I didn't want to give you this till you are at least 20, but I think it's about time you upgraded your tech. My young little Tony. As she puts a thruster on his bed. Deku can't believe his eyes. It's the same type of engine used for his grandfather to be able to fly. He can't believe it. She says, this should help. I know the side droids had better flying capabilities than you, so I decided to give you what you needed in order to really help you become a hero. And immediately Deku takes the thrusters and gets to work. So Deku finishes the work in less than a day, or way less than a day. And now, instead of wings, actually, I'm going to say he keeps the wings, but he adds thrusters onto those, his feet, and his hands. Because, the wings will, since, he's not entirely used to flying with thrusters, they'll basically kind of be like training wheels, basically. They'll help him keep himself stable and steady. So it takes Deku a couple tries, but he's finally able to fly. So, the first day of UA comes, and Deku is really excited for it. So, Deku gets in, and he got there just in time. Because, he was slept in because, he had been, working all night. And Aizawa sits up and says, "It took you guys 6 seconds to shut up. So, go get your gym uniforms on and meet me out in the play yard or schoolyard. Whatever the crap kids call it nowadays." As he walks out of the classroom, Ida walks up to Deku and says, "Where have you been, you rich slob? Do you think you're better than us?" Deku says, "No, not at all, man." Ida says, "Good," as a wealthy person to another wealthy person. "Don't think you're better than everybody. That's the number one thing to being a hero." As he walks to the locker room, Deku decides, he doesn't even need a gym uniform. He walks outside, and he's the first one to get out there. Aizawa says, "Where's your gym uniform? I told you to go get it on." And Deku says, "Oh, I don't need one," as he taps on his chest, and a blue aura appears right in the center of his chest as it pops out in a suit that covers him. Aizawa says, "Well, it's not school issued, but it'll do." And then they do the physical test, and Deku gets first. And they do all the tests, and Deku gets first in all of them except for the ball throw, because of course that's going to go to Uraraka. But Deku gets second in that because he used his hand thruster to blast it off, sending it to... I'm going to say he sent it to to North Korea. Yeah. He launched it to North Korea. So, it comes time for the last class, and everyone's wondering what it is. Then All Might pops through the door, and he says, "I am here, because there is no need to fear. You know why? Because again, I am here." And everyone starts going fanboy, fangirl. They can't believe that All Might is their teacher. And Deku isn't entirely surprised, but he still fanboys a little bit. So, All Might says, "Your next test will be hero versus villains. One team will be the hero side, and one team will be the villain side. You guys will battle it out, and if the heroes touch the bomb, they win. Or if they handcuff or will tape the villains, they win. And if the villains are able to outlast the heroes without them being caught or the bomb being touched, they win. So, All Might decides it will be Deku and Uraraka versus Ida and Bakugo. So, Deku, because of their deal, they have Cybots everywhere. Like, every single UA ground, like, everywhere, all across the cities of Japan, and every place that UA owns, and every single, like, hero course, he has Cybots. In every classroom, there's at least one Cybot set up. So Deku immediately tells Jarvis to prepare Order 66. Because Deku has a Cybot guard, basically. So if Deku executes Order 66 and there's no nearby drones, it will launch at least one drone to his location. But if he executes Order 66, like fully executes it, every single side drone will become max leveled or max strengthed and will attack nearby heroes. So Deku gets a drone to his location, and he orders the drone to search the building for the bomb. As Deku's watching, puts on his glasses and watches through its eyes. As it's walking around, Bakugo comes across it, and it's like, it's one of Deku's stupid little pet drones! And he rushes at the Cybot, and it quickly grabs Bakugo's arm and does what Deku did to Bakugo, slamming Bakugo on his back. And then the drone rushes upstairs and he finds the bomb and puts a pinpointer on Deku's glasses so Deku knows where the bomb is. Then Ida kicks the drone's head off before the drone could react fast enough. Because the drone was in process of putting the pin down so Deku would know where it is, so the drone didn't have its full surveillance on, so it gave Ida an opening to kick the drone's head off. But it was still able to pin it for Deku. So Deku taps his arc reactor, and he walks in, telling Uraraka to stealthily get up top, and he'll take care of Bakugo. So Deku gets up to the top, and Bakugo is sitting there. I knew you would come, you little brat. And I'll kill you, you quirkless loser. Especially after what you did to my nuts. You do realize that now I can't have children, right? Yeah, you know what you did. And Deku laughs a little bit. And Bakugo says, "What's funny, you loser?" As he launches at Deku. And Jarvis takes control of an air conditioning unit that was up top. And Bakugo sees this and immediately has flashbacks of when everything attacked him. And they targeted his nuts. Bakugo looks up at it and says, "You won't get my second nut!" As he runs off with the air conditioning unit chasing after him. Deku runs upstairs to see that Ida had taken Uraraka hostage. Deku says, "Just let her go," as a small little spider unit pops off of Deku. A Psy spider unit is what I'm going to call it. It's basically like the, spider thing that Spider-Man has. Like, it's the little spider drone, except it's like an actual spider. Like, it's not a real spider, but it's like a robotic spider. And it can't fly. So it starts walking over to Ida, as Ida says, "Surrender now, or I will throw your partner out of the window." Deku says, "No balls." And Ida says, "You said what?" And the spider crawls onto Ida's back and sticks a needle into him. And then Ida can feel the electricity pulsing through him as he gets tased till he gets knocked out. Then Bakugo rocks into the room with the destroyed air conditioner and says, "I escaped with my left nut. And because of you, every month is No Nut November." And Deku starts laughing out loud as Uraraka rushes the bomb. Bakugo quickly gets over to Uraraka and punches her away. Deku sees this and then backhands Bakugo with his pulsar and blasts Bakugo through a window as he gets his spider to crawl up on the bomb and then jump on through the window onto Bakugo. As he touches the bomb, you can hear Bakugo screaming as he gets electrocuted down below. And All Might says, "The heroes have won." So, every other battle goes the same, and now we're going to skip to the USJ. So, Deku gets there, and two Cybots close the door behind the group. So, Deku is just sitting there with his glasses on, listening to 13, when Jarvis says, "Sir, a strange anomaly has been occurred." As Deku's glasses start to spark a little bit, Deku asks Jarvis again, "What's going on?" "Several people have entered the building." Deku runs down to the stairs and sees villains coming through a portal. Deku tells Jarvis to activate the Cybots, but Jarvis is unresponsive. So Deku puts his arm up and starts typing something into a small inbuilt computer, as Aizawa is already rushing down to deal with the villains. Deku inputs Order 100 as all Cybots in the building are ordered to attack anyone with hostile signatures or villain pasts, or anyone with a criminal record, basically. So Cybots start activating and they start attacking the villains, but Deku's watching as Aizawa's getting his butt handed to him. Then Deku turns around to see that 13 and everyone else has been teleported or taken out. And 13, she's been taken out. Ida quickly taps on his arc reactor as his suit covers his body as he's attacked by Kurogiri, throwing him down the stairs, hitting his head, breaking his mask as he falls down the stairs, knocking himself out. When he opens his eyes, he sees Aizawa about to be killed and Froppy about to be killed. Deku inputs Order 49 as one Cybot tackles Shigaraki, preventing Froppy's death, as all the Cybots start combining. Then this captures Shigaraki's attention. He watches as the Cybots start combining. And when they're finished combining, Deku says, "Meet P5, aka TSI. Titan Stark Industries." And his name, Persona 5. Deku orders Persona 5 to attack the Nomu. Persona 5 launches at the Nomu and punches the Nomu, breaking the Nomu's beak and launching him into the fire zone. Deku climbs up onto Persona 5's back and enters in Persona 5. And Deku starts controlling Persona 5. Inside of Persona 5, Jarvis awakens and he says, "Oh, I'm so sorry, sir. Someone's quirk was canceling out my ability to, well, survive, I guess. Something, even though I'm what you humans call a quirk, for some reason I was cancelled out. So, what is your next order?" And Deku says, "Get in contact with All Might, and what should I say he does next? Oh, yes. Transform all appliances and every electrical thing that you can transform. Transform them into robots and order them to attack this thing." And Jarvis does what he's told. As the Nomu launches at Deku, Deku has to quickly dodge, and then he right hands the Nomu in the beak again. But this time it does nothing, as the Nomu spits out a tooth and punches Deku in the stomach, or technically punches Persona 5 in the stomach, launching Persona 5 through the roof, or through the dome of the USJ. And as Persona 5's falling back to the ground, the Nomu jumps up right next to the Persona 5's head, punching Persona 5 back to the ground, breaking Persona 5, breaking off a piece of Persona 5's head. As another piece is launched back down, replacing the broken head. So Deku quickly thinks quick and swipes his Persona 5's leg underneath the Nomu's leg, dropping the Nomu, or tripping the Nomu. Then Deku gets on top of the Nomu, puts the Nomu's arm down, and starts punching the Nomu, like bam, 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 bam. Basically what Hulkbuster did to Hulk when, Iron Man had him locked to the ground and he was just kind of going bam, 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 bam. That's basically what the Hulkbuster is doing. And he's just going boom, 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 non-stop. Then the Nomu kicks the Persona 5 in the abdomen, or where the abdomen would be, and then breaks off the Persona 5's arm, and then punches the Persona 5 off of him, or off of the Nomu, and launches at Deku. Deku quickly dodges, but then the Nomu grabs Persona 5's head, ripping it off, as the Nomu grabs Deku by the head, and it starts pulling Deku out of Persona 5, and then he throws Deku straight through a wall, but this didn't kill off Persona 5. So Persona 5 gets a new head and punches the Nomu, punches him again, and then punches him through a building. As Deku, the Persona 5 starts charging up an arc reactor shot. The Nomu launches at Deku, but not at Deku, but at Persona 5, but Persona 5 shoots the arc reactor blast straight through the Nomu's heart. The Nomu staggers, but Deku gets up behind the Nomu and plants a thermal detonator. Basically, Deku has been creating weapons, so he created a special weapon in case of emergencies that he would have, ready for Persona 5. Like, he wanted to test out the combination, but he never got to, and he would, if everything worked out fine, he would put a thermal detonator as his self-destruction method for Persona 5. So Deku implants it into the Nomu's brain, jumps off, and quickly gets back into Persona 5. The Nomu heals up its brain and launches at Deku, where Deku would quickly dodge and then use Persona 5's pulsar and blasts the thermal detonator, blowing off the Nomu's head, where Deku would quickly grab the Nomu and blast off into the air, where All Might would just now arrive. And then Deku would throw the Nomu back to the ground, and then use all of his pulsars and his arc reactor and all of his missiles on it, and shoot all of them at once straight at the Nomu, blowing the Nomu into itty-bitty bits. Deku would land back on the ground and order all of his Cybots and all of the transformed equipment to surround the Nomus. Well, what's left of the Nomu. Deku would walk up as the Nomu slowly regenerating. All Might would walk up and ask what happened, and Deku would explain everything. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where I'm going to leave this episode off here. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe. And while you're at it, United States of, smash the bell icon to be notified when I post a new video. And don't forget, 1 subscription equals 1 step closer to a pie in the face. So yeah. And one last thing, I would like to wish a happy birthday Josiah James. I hope you have a awesome birthday, or had a awesome birthday. Have no clue when it was, but just remember, you can always be a hero, whether or not you have a quirk or not. So, yeah. Hope you had an awesome birthday, man, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.